Good day, class. I'm very happy to get to meet you all again for another lesson today. So today's lesson will be based on the textbook Dual Channel, and the pages today that we are going to touch on will be from page 99 to 101. And as for page 78, it will be a writing exercise. Now for the objectives for the lesson, 1, we shall read a conversation about an experiment. And after that, we shall answer a few questions. And as for objective 2, we shall read a text on space travel. And then we need to identify some important points to be transferred to the table given. And for 3, we shall write a descriptive composition using our 5 senses. And the 5W plus 1H, which would be this: where, who, when, what, and why, and the last one would be how. So here are the 3 objectives for the lesson today. So let's start our lesson right away. On page 99, alright, I would like you to write down the day and the date. Well, it's a scorching hot Tuesday on the 21st of September 2021. But you can write the date according to the day you start your lesson. Right, so now here is the conversation about an experiment, and we shall try to answer the questions below after going through the conversation. Let's go through it together. Teacher: now students, I have a magic performance to show today. Do you want to see it? Student: yes, teacher. Teacher: good. Now watch as I magically fill up this balloon with air without even blowing into it. Student: no, teacher, you cannot do that. You need to blow air into a balloon to make it expand. Teacher: that's why I said it is a magic show. Now watch me as I take citric acid mixed with some water and pour it into a bottle. Student: what is the citric acid for, teacher? Teacher: I will tell you later. Next, put 1 teaspoon of baking soda into the balloon. Student: put it into the balloon? Teacher: yes. Then stretch the balloon over the mouth of the bottle and let the baking soda fall into the water mixture in the bottle. Watch closely. Student: teacher, the balloon is expanding. What's happening? Teacher: see, this is the magic of science. Now I will tell the secret. The balloon expands even without me blowing air in it. It's because the interaction between citric acid with the baking soda. This interaction is called chemical reaction in science. The chemical reaction between citric acid with baking soda produces carbon dioxide, a gas. The carbon dioxide gas then goes into the balloon, filling it up and making it expand. So now we have gone through the conversation. Let's look at the questions. There are 5 questions here, as you can see. Question 1. Where would the conversation probably happen? Well, as you can see, the students and the teacher, they are having some kind of an experiment. So where do you normally do experiment in school? Right, it's none other than, could it be at the field, teacher's room, or the laboratory, or what we call lab? So it's definitely B, the answer, at a laboratory. Right, that will be the logical answer for the question. Now question 2, what is the teacher's magic performance? Well, let us take a look here. Option A, make the balloon from citric acid and water. No, the teacher did not make any balloon. B, make the bottle expand by using baking soda. How to make the bottle expand? It will blow up. Yeah, probably. burst. And C, make the balloon expand without blowing air into it. So C would be the answer. Well, A and B will be definitely out. As for question 3, what does the teacher put into the balloon? A, baking soda, citric acid and some water. A bottle, citric acid and water. And C is definitely out. Definitely you can't put a bottle into the balloon in the laboratory, because if you want to put a bottle in, it depends on what kind of balloon is that, and do you have the proper equipment to do that? So C will be out. B, citric acid and some water. Well, if you put some water, it will be a different thing. Yeah, a different kind of reaction then, probably. But definitely it will be baking soda. Alright, the option left only A, baking soda. And as for question 4, what does the teacher do with the balloon filled with baking soda? A, place it over the mouth of the bottle. B, pour some water into the balloon. And C, put a teaspoon into the balloon. Well, putting a teaspoon. Okay. Now, after filling up the balloon with the baking soda, the next thing you should do will be place it over the mouth of the bottle. Yeah, you can't put in a teaspoon anymore, and you don't pour in water into the balloon. So left only option A. Question 5. What happens to the balloon after the baking soda falls into the bottle? A, the balloon bursts. B, the balloon expands. C, the balloon floats away. Now, for C to happen, it can't. Why? Because the balloon floats away only when the gas is, the type of helium. Alright, if it's helium gas, yes, it will float away. Yeah, but for carbon dioxide, no. Well, balloon expands, can. The balloon bursts, not yet. If it's, expand enough, I'm sure the teacher will, detach it from the bottle. So B will be the answer. Alright, so it is, that is it. Yeah, for the 5 questions that we are doing on page 99. So here we shall go to the next page for the next exercise. Now, coming to page 100 to 101, this is a text that we need to read, which is space travel. So we shall read through this text together before we identify the answer. So let's start now. Read the text below. Space travel. Paragraph 1. Space travel was once something only seen in sci-fi movies or experienced by trained astronauts. But now the possibility of journeying to the stars for us mere mortals is becoming increasingly likely. The world's first space travel agent service has just launched in the UK by online marketplace Bark.com after they noticed an increase in inquiries about space travel from members of the public. The agency has been created to arrange flights, accommodation, and entertainment packages as a preparation when commercial space travel becomes available to the public. Paragraph 2. The first ever space hotel is set to be opened in 2021, named Aurora Station. The hotel, a USA-based company, Orion Span, states that the booking will offer authentic astronaut experiences. Aurora Station will be big enough for 6 people at any one time, including 4 holiday makers and 2 crew members. The space holiday makers will be able to enjoy zero gravity in orbit, have a spectacular view of Earth, and see around 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. However, There is a slight downside. A stay in the hotel will cost tourists USD 9.5 million for a 12-day visit. So let's come to third paragraph. CEO and founder of Orion Span, Frank Bunger, said Aurora Station is developed to provide a turnkey destination in space. Upon launch, Aurora Station goes into service immediately, bringing travelers into space quicker and at a lower price point than ever seen before, while still providing an unforgettable experience. The final paragraph. Fancy some space travel? Register your interest here on bark.com. You will be contacted as soon as any space holiday packages become available to members of the public. On average, package prices will range from USD 250,000 to USD 791,666 dollars. So here is the text about the space travel, and we are going to answer some questions. Here are the questions for this exercise. All right, as you can see, choose no more than 3 words and or a number from the text for each answer. And for each question, write your answer in the space provided. So the first question will be year to be launched, space hotel name, space hotel company, space hotel founder, accommodation fee, number of visitors, length of stay, and the last one will be space travel registration website. So I would like to underline these to you because it's split into 2 pages, you see, so it's a bit difficult for me to rotate from 100 to 101 and back to and forth, back to and forth. So not very comfortable like that. So I shall underline the answer over here, and you can actually write down in the space provided in your book. So let's take a look. The first question is year to be launched. Let's take a look. Year to be launched. As we can see the year here, the first ever space hotel is set to be opened in 2021. So I'll just underline this. So this is exactly the year that you need to, write or fill up in the space given. All right, 2021, question 1. All right, here. And for question 2, space hotel name. Well, space hotel name, just right next to it, named. You see the keyword name here, Aurora Station. All right, this is 2. Write down and make sure the punctuation is correct. All right, A capital letter and S capital letter. Okay, question 3. Space hotel company. All right, let's carry on. The hotel, a USA-based company, Orion Span. So, you see, base company, Orion Span. That is the name for the space hotel company. This is question 3. Question 4, accommodation. No, sorry. It will be space hotel founder. Okay, let's look for the founder's name, a person's name. Here, CEO and founder. You see the key word here is founder. See, founder. Alright, founder of Orion Span. So here's the name of the man. Alright, the founder. So here for question 4. As for the next one, accommodation fee. Alright, let's look for dollars. Accommodation fee in the beginning, how much would that be? A stay in the hotel will cost tourists US dollar 9.5 million. So here underline USD 9.5 million. Yeah, you write down Alright, write it down. This is for 5. USD 9.5 million. Make sure USD, they are all in capital letters. Alright, let's go to the next one, which is number of visitors. Let's take a look. Alright, the Aurora station will be big enough for 6 people. Okay, you have to read further, including 4 holiday makers and 2 crew members. You see, it actually wants visitors. So not the crew members, not the astronauts who are working there. So holiday makers would be 4. Okay, so this is the answer for 6. Okay, so the answer is 4. As for question 7, length of stay. How long? Length of stay means how long can you stay there? Stay. So here you can say, now you see how many days? They ask for days. As you can read here, this is a 12-day visit. Why? Because they comes together. Yeah, 12-day visits. But in the space provided, you are not supposed to write like this. You are supposed to write down 12 days. Okay, 12 days. Where else for here, for this one, 12-day, 12-day, this is the adjective for visit. This is the adjective for the noun visit. Okay, this visit is a noun. So, write the answer when they ask for length of stay. How many days? 12 days. This will be the answer for 7. And for 8, space travel registration website. Well, simple. As you can see, website. So you need to find the .com thing here. So this is the answer for 8. Alright. So that's it for this exercise from page 100 to 101. So we shall move on to the writing part. As for the writing exercise on page 78, well, here, remember to write down the day and the date in your essay book, alright, or the composition book, which is E1 itself. So here, write down the day and the date, and then you write down this question. Write a short descriptive composition. Alright, you may write down this as well if you want to, using the 5 senses. And here's the intro. Alright, I am preparing this, the concept map before you start writing. So here is the introduction, where, who, when, and the title will be this: A Lucky Escape. Okay, a lucky escape. Now, before you write, just want you to know some of the things here about tips and tricks. Before you write, remember to draw inspiration from your own personal memory, and you need to use strong action verbs, specific adjectives, and nouns to provide detailed descriptions. And if possible, you can consider what the theme of your composition will be before you write it. Alright, so here, a lucky escape. These are what I have prepared for you. Alright, who, the characters in the composition, in your story, the writer, which is you, grandmother, when is during the school holidays, and where would it be? The village that your grandparents are living, and the problem of the story. Alright, here what? You gotta stay with your grandparents during the holidays, and the place has beautiful scenery. Then suddenly strong wind came, and you need to collect the laundry. But then a loud crashing sound was heard, which means a tree had fallen down on the house. And how to actually solve the problem and the conclusion, I joined them together for this part. So grandfather called the fire engine department for help. So meanwhile, the grandparents came to the city to stay with you and your parents, and the house was rebuilt. So here's the first paragraph. This is a short essay which I consider short. Yeah. Alright, for the first paragraph. During the school holidays, I stayed with my grandparents in their village. I always loved going there as the place had beautiful scenery. The air itself was much fresher than the city I lived. So here you are using past tense because it is something like a recount, so you should use past tense in the writing. So here, the first paragraph, it consists of about 3 sentences. You can make it 4 if you want to. Second paragraph. One day, while I was still there was a storm brewing. That means the storm is coming. The wind was blowing strong and hard with drizzles falling atop the old house roof. My grandmother and I collected the laundry quickly as we could. So both of you got out of the house to collect the laundry. So here, this is the second paragraph. As for the third paragraph, something happened. Suddenly, I heard a loud crashing sound from the backyard. As my grandmother stood there in horror, I saw a huge oak tree lying on the house, or lying on the rooftop of the house. Yeah, on the rooftop of the house or lying on the house. The partly broken part of the house was broken. Let's go to the next paragraph. This is what happened next. Okay, the roof broke and the kitchen was badly damaged. I was truly saddened by what I saw. Okay, by what I saw. Thankfully, comma, my grandmother and I were outside when the tree fell. Okay, so there's only 2 sentences here. You can add on if you want to. Okay, the second last paragraph. When my grandfather saw what happened, he gave a call to the nearby fire engine department for help. It took 2 months to rebuild the house. Oh, sorry, this is the last paragraph actually. Alright, when my grandfather saw what happened, he gave a call to the nearby fire engine department for help. It took 2 months to rebuild the house. Meanwhile, my grandparents stayed with my parents and I in the city. So, approximately 5 paragraphs here that I prepared for you. So if you have a better idea of writing this essay, go ahead. And if there is any questions you want to ask or you would like to ask, do drop me a message in the comment box. Alright, so I'll see you in the next lesson in my next video. Meanwhile, or till then, take care of yourself. Have a great day, class.